In their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Here's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
21. Mike's 5-4. Here we go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, he completes it to Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Check. Watch 54. And come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Do what he said.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On second down, Griffin. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. 22 yards there, a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is RG3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Takk McKinley, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Griffin. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Takk McKinley, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Matt Wild now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They go play action now. Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
22. Check mark, 27.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Let's go. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Complete to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Ito Smith. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Griffin. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Ready. 60 out. 59. Yeah.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Griffin. That'll be complete to Cook. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else. End up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Griffin. Setting up the screen for Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw again is Griffin. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is
Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Griffin. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
At the 41-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Griffin. And this is Cook to the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Takk McKinley. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Check.
Hey, check.
A first down carry for Smith. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Check.
Again, it's Smith. So that one will be accepted.
Check 11. 54.
On second down, Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Ready, Blue 80. White 25.
Mike 54. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
54, stop.
SOS.
On second and 12, Ryan, he'll take a shot for the... And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive. Because
looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Oh, you got D? Check 31. Check 31.
On the run, it's Smith. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Alert 3.
They'll run it again with Smith. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go, go, go.
Here's Ryan to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They go back to the ground with Smith. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Bailey's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
They got water behind it, though. They got water behind it. Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. I know what you're talking about.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go!
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck